This is Late Night Help. This is a radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. During the next hour, we're going to explore some very interesting things. We're going to talk about marriage during the last part of our show, and we're going to talk about marriage with Marcia Berger. We'll find out about the insane Daryl Wayne. He's been married for years and years and years in a very happy marriage. And I've been married for a long time. We'll find out about dating in today's pandemic world and how you do it and how you find your soulmate. We're going to start our show with somebody I've been really looking forward to meeting. Her name is Tina M. Zion. She is the author of Be Your Own Medical Intuitive. She is a fourth generation intuitive medium. We have to find out what that is. And she's also worked in the health field as a nurse. Tina, welcome to Late Night Help.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you so much.
Your mother and grandmother and back before that were intuitives?
Yes, my great-grandmother that I spent a lot of time with until, I think she passed when I was 11 or 12. And then on down through the generations, but also on my father's side, it was his parents, his brother, and my father. And so really, it's on both sides, but I would want everyone to know that that doesn't mean I have a special gift at all. I did have a family that thought it was normal to see dead people and normal to be intuitive. You know, I grew up just thinking everybody grew up this way.
And living where you do in the Midwest, there are a lot of very religious people who don't accept this.
Yes.
Have you run into that issue?
No, I never expect. Our thoughts are so powerful, and in my thoughts, I never expect to have any struggles about it. If someone says, I used to teach meditation for years and years and years, and people will say, well, if we meditate, that will let the devil in. And I said, well, really, when we pray, we're just talking and talking and talking. And meditation is we're finally listening and listening and listening. And every time people will say, oh, well, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, you're very lucky.
Yeah. Pardon?
I said you're lucky that you haven't had the problems that many, I'm going to call, intuitive channelers, mediums have with a lot of people who are very religious. Were you brought up religiously yourself?
Yes, because my uncle was a minister in the Lutheran Church, and so we would go to the Lutheran Church on Sundays, and then some of the family would be at the Thursday evening spiritualist church and either giving or receiving messages. So it was a blend of, what I guess I'd call regular church and a blend with the spiritualists.
In your book, you talk about the fact that we all are intuitive. I suppose there are varying degrees, but really, are we all intuitive?
Well, yes, because we're really, I say we're wired to be intuitive. Literally from cavemen, because, before they left the cave, they would check their intuitive awareness to see, well, is something going to get them if they leave the cage? Is it safe to leave the cave? That kind of thing. And so we're made to be intuitive, and people actually receive intuition constantly because intuition is really just the ability to notice information that's usually very, very subtle.
And at the same time, you just said that you see dead people, right?
Yes,
And I would love to see my parents. They've been gone for a long time, especially my father. I'd love to say, "Hey, Dad, how's it? How's it going?" And I do that.
Yes.
I do that, but I don't hear anything back. I have many friends who, I talk to dead people. I'm not sure I wouldn't have a heart attack if my father materialized right before me. Um, how do you explain that? I mean, or can you?
Well, first of all, they people they're actually, if you call out to him, he will come forward and be there with you, because the power of our thinking is electrical spurts that go through our physical body, our energy field, and out to the universe. So it's a signal. Every thought we think is a signal. So we can call them in, but Mark, they won't really be in a material form. They won't be solid like the chairs that we're sitting in, maybe at the desk that we're at. They won't, and usually cannot really get a solid form because they're in spirit. And what I would tell everybody is to take the fear out of it. That's one of my goals, is to take the fear out of this for people, is to realize that the aliveness that's in you and me and your listeners right now is a spirit. We are a spirit, and we are surrounded with spirits. I've had spirits in the car when I'm driving down the road, and spirits in the grocery store, and things like that, because we are spirits also. So I hope that helps take the fear out of it for some people.
There's a new sitcom called Ghost. I think it just started, and you should watch it. These people move into this.
I saw one of those. Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting because the wife sees these spirits because she had an accident. The husband believes her and doesn't think she's nuts. But a lot of people would think that that their spouses or friends are crazy. How do you tell your people, "Hey, I'm not crazy. I'm just seeing this is natural"?
Well, a lot of people who think we're crazy, they just cannot reach that level of awareness right now, and it scares them. So that's why it's one of my goals to try to take the scare out of this for people by realizing they're a spirit in a very spiritual world. Here on the physical world is also spiritual at the exact same time. So, I never have anybody that tells me I'm crazy. In fact, statistics are showing a huge percentage of the human population has had a spiritual event in their life. Either an angel came or their father or mother came to them. It's a huge percentage of people that are willing to acknowledge, well, I really have had a spiritual event.
Would you say, as we're wrapping up this first time together, our first segment, we'll be back in a few moments after that, that love is the guiding power? God, the universe, Spirit, Jesus, Moses, Mohammed. I'm trying to get them all in. And what we'll do is when we come back, let's pick up on love. Is that all right?
Yeah, I would love that.
Aha, very good. Our guest is Tina M. Zion. The book is Be Your Own Medical Intuitive. We're going to talk about love, and we're also going to talk about the fact that Tina is a nurse and how she blends the two of those together. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Don't go away as Late Night Health continues. Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
Role models. They can make all the difference. In our world today, they have never been more important. One of the nation's most successful mentoring organizations is Jewish Big Brothers Big Sisters of Los Angeles. Their mission is to assist youth in achieving their full potential through innovative and impactful programs. And no nonprofit agency does it better. Jewish Big Brothers Big Sisters of LA serves Jewish children, boys and girls in our local community with a mentoring program that's been going strong since 1915. That's only the beginning. This nationally known agency owns and operates Camp Bob Waldorf. Its summer camping and weekend retreat programs enrich the lives of youth throughout Greater Los Angeles. Then there's a college support program, and last but not least, work that helps kids all over the world through the Teen Talk app. Want to learn more? Go to jbbbsla.org. Donate. Get involved. There's no better way to make a difference. Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Visit us at latenighthealth.com. That's latenighthealth.com. We are speaking with medical intuitive Tina M. Zion. As we ended our last segment together, we talked about love. Is that the overriding power in the universe, love?
Well, see, every thought is an electrical surge of energy, and then our thoughts actually create our emotions, and our emotions are either very powerful in positive ways or very powerful in negative ways. And I have actually had one person I can think of that had cancer of the uterus, and one of her homework assignments that I gave her is to send love into the cancer. And when she had the surgery for the cancer, the doctor said, I can't believe this, and I don't know why, but the cancer was half the size that it showed up on their CAT scan, I think it was.
Wow.
And so love is very, very powerful. It's very fast and fine as an electrical surge of energy. It's very fast, very fine, very light.
What about self-love? Don't we have to love ourselves, don't we?
Oh, that's for sure. And that's one of the reasons I have two other books that are about becoming a medical practitioner. But this last book that just came out that you and I are talking about is Be Your Own Medical Intuitive, to really work on ourselves always.
I guess you went to school, you became a nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're an RN. How do you if you're standing with a doctor and he's explaining to a patient you have cancer, and you know intuitively, no, she doesn't have cancer, she's got a little bit of bursitis.
Has
that ever happened?
No, because not that example that you are talking about. Because I haven't worked medical for a long time. I'm actually a registered nurse with a specialty in mental health, psychiatric nursing, and then I'm also a mental health counselor. So I've not, really had those medical situations. But what I will tell you and your listeners is, do you know who's coming to my workshops are physicians of all backgrounds, surgeons, nurses from all specialty areas. Gosh, what else? The physical therapist, respiratory therapist, nurse anesthetist. So the medical world is opening up to this.
Which I think could be very beneficial for patients, obviously, right?
Yes. Well, and that's what I think is really when people call integrative medicine, that's the holistic medicine. Mm-hmm. In my mind, that's the non-physical world and the physical world coming together for health is really what it means to me and many, many others.
And that's what we preach, if you will, here at Late Night Health. Our guest is Tina M. Zion. She's the author of Be Your Own Medical Intuitive and other books as well on being a medical practitioner and also Reiki, energy healing.
Mm-hmm. It's pronounced Reiki. Yeah.
Reiki. When you meet somebody, do you automatically scan them and say, "Ooh, you have a kidney problem," or do you wait for permission?
I love it that you're asking me that, because when we learn how really powerful we are, Mark, it's so important that we don't cross that line and misuse our abilities. So I never, ever, ever do this without permission, and I teach that in all my workshops as well. It's none of our business to be entering into and perceiving, another person's physical body. That's very, very precious and intimate, and we must take care not to abuse our abilities.
And that would be like a doctor. I mean, it's you're searching inside. One of the things that also is fascinating to me is you're not only healing your body, but you're healing the soul. So if a person has cancer and you help to heal that, as you mentioned, a few moments ago, the size of the tumor or the growth in the patient's uterus was half the size of what the doctor expected it to be. Are you at the same time helping the soul?
That's a very complicated question, but the healing is at the physical level, the mental level, and the spirit non-physical level. And when we have things like cancer or even just a life struggle of any kind, it's another opportunity for us to learn and for our soul to advance. So I guess some people would call that, a healing of the soul, because every situation, no matter what happens in our life, it depends on what we do with that and what we learn from it, if we learn anything. And so that actually vibrates throughout our entire soul, and that, in my awareness, helps us to develop.
When somebody comes to you, is it a last-ditch effort often, or do they come to you just to find out how they're doing? Maybe they've gone to the doctor, they've had a physical, and the doctor says, "Hey, you're fine." But they feel that there's something else. Or they've been diagnosed with a horrendous disorder, and they come to you for help. Or do you get some of each?
It's everything. It's all that you just said and other things. And what I do now is I'm so busy teaching this, and before COVID I was traveling all over the world teaching this in other countries too, and all over the U.S., that I don't do direct readings anymore, but I do mentoring, private mentoring sessions to help people build their own intuitive abilities. So that's really what I teach now, is for people how to do this for themselves. But yes, people will come to a medical intuitive in desperation. They'll come and just being curious. They'll come because they want to learn. So kind of everything that you just said.
And speaking of COVID, is there a way of fighting COVID? In my opinion, wear a mask and get vaccinated. Is there a way of fighting COVID through a medical intuitive?
Well, I would be real careful in using the word fight. But, again, I believe in integrative. I believe in working on the physical and the non-physical at the same time. So I have had my vaccination with COVID, for COVID, and I wear a mask. But I'm also have an understanding of it that, here's my experience. I am experiencing people finding the beauty in their own life, that they are loving people more, they're caring for people and each other more. But, that's not what really gets on the news.
Right.
The negative that gets on the news, but that's a very small portion of what's going on. And because
Tina, I have to interrupt because we're out of time. Will you come back? Will you come back? I would love that. The name of the book is Tina M. Zion, and the author is Tina M. Zion, and the name of the book is Be Your Own Medical Intuitive. We'll have Tina's picture and her contact information on our website very soon. Thank you very much, Tina. We look forward to your return. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Late Night Health continues.
If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308.
There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.